Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
I'm Gaynor.
I'm Sophie.
Today we've got southern comfort foods you need to try before you die.
The only
can't
thing
try it
that I
after you
can
die.
think that I absolutely love, and I've never had it for years, is cornbread.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried cornbread?
Never.
It's so
No.
good. It's a cross between a bread and a cake.
Oh.
So it's the closest that I can think it resembles is a muffin.
Like a breakfast muffin.
Yeah. So like a blueberry muffin.
Oh, sorry,
Right,
I thought you meant like,
like a
like
sausage and
an
egg McMuffin.
McMuffin.
Yeah, no, it's like a blueberry muffin without the blueberries. It's a cross between a bread and a...
It's like a bit dense, like it's just like a dense,
Yeah,
sweet
but-
version of bread.
But you have it. They have it with like chowders and sort of
like your clam chowder
Yeah,
and like anything.
casseroles.
Yeah.
Or chilli as well. A big bowl of chilli. They have it with chilli.
Ooh,
chilli
that'd be
and
nice.
cornbread.
Anything saucy.
Yeah, yeah. But it's very.
What actually is a comfort food though?
It's anything that's like I would class comfort foods as like stews and soups and
Like your winter
chilies. Anything
meals.
that's
Yeah. But like to you, if you don't like, because you don't like stuff like that, do you?
Nah,
So you
and
could have
stew.
like, you could say like, oh, my comfort food is pizza. It's anything that you enjoy that's like
Makes you feel good.
Makes you feel good, yeah.
yeah. A full English breakfast.
There you go.
Sausage, bacon, beans,
Yeah.
toast,
Yeah.
Black pudding.
mushrooms,
Eggs.
eggs, scrambled.
What's your
fried.
favourite type of egg? Like how would you?
Mine's actually, I do like scrambled eggs with the breakfast, but my favourite egg is poached. I like poached egg
Yes.
on toast.
My favourite's poached.
I love a boiled egg.
Yeah, I like a boiled egg.
With a run, is it got to be a
No.
runny yolk? No?
No.
Do you not like yolk?
I love yolk, but
Well, not
I like
in-
it. I like it hard when it's in a boiled egg.
Do you
But
like
if
it cold?
I guess.
I often, they sell 2 eggs in a pot, you see, that's why I'm asking you.
And you just eat them?
Yeah, you just eat them, yeah.
Oh, see, I couldn't do that, mate.
Oh, they're lovely.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, like Scotch eggs and stuff freak me out.
Oh, I love a Scotch egg. Do you know what a Scotch egg is?
It's like a breaded egg.
It's got,
Yeah.
it's wrapped in
Is it?
sausage meat.
Oh.
Do you not know that?
No? I just thought it was like
Is
breadcrumbs.
it Scottish?
No, it's just called a Scotch egg.
It's not got a Scottish
Scotch.
egg.
So it's a
Scotch egg.
boiled egg, and then it's wrapped in sausage meat, and then dipped in breadcrumbs, and then cooked. So when you slice into it, you've got egg, sausage, and then bread. It's really good. And dollop of brown
Why have you
sauce.
got to deep fry everything? You deep frying eggs?
No, you don't deep fry it, you just bake it.
You don't deep fry it, no.
You can do, but you can bake it as well.
Oh.
Let's see what they are anyway.
Let's find out. They're all southern, so...
Yes.
Ever lived in the American South, you'll know that the food down there has its own unique identity, and it's absolutely delicious too. If you haven't tried these, well, bless your heart. These are the Southern comfort foods you absolutely need to try. One of the most popular dishes to have come out of New Orleans are beignets. These airy treats are made with usually square pieces of yeast dough that are fried in hot oil until they puff up. They're then generously dusted with powdered sugar and eaten straight away, preferably accompanied by a mug of café au lait. Arguably the best place to enjoy a beignet is in New Orleans, preferably at the Café du Monde, in the city's French Quarter. But if getting around is proving a little difficult right now, then you're in luck, because they're not difficult to make at home either. Just make sure to turn them often in the oil, and be careful not to overcook them. Biscuits and gravy is a hearty breakfast dish that you'll find in restaurants and homes across the South. The soft, flaky biscuits are smothered in white gravy, which is
What?
That was like vomit. No, it's not like
That's
that.
not even gravy.
Right? No. So I have a friend, and her name was Cara, and I made the mistake of saying to her that biscuits. I also made a mistake on her saying that biscuits were disgusting. Everybody said you've never had a good biscuit, but also grits. Have you ever heard of grits?
No.
I've heard of grits from a book that I was reading, I think.
Yeah. So
Is it like, what are they
I
though?
kind of want to get
It's
this off the
like-
screen.
It's like porridge, but very kind of salty tasting. It's absolutely disgusting. But there's going to be people screaming at me, "Grits are the
Saying
best."
grits are lovely.
Yeah.
You know?
But, yeah.
Not for you.
No.
It's weird what they class as gravy, because to us gravy is like that brown.
The
liquid
brown-
It's
pour
like
on
it's like a
beefy
sauce.
feet.
It's a
potatoes.
Yeah. Whereas
beefy sauce.
that is the white stuff in that, is that the gravy? Is it like like a creamy colour?
Yeah, that's like white sauce, isn't
Is
it?
that the
with-
sauce, like the gravy?
The thing that's annoying me is like the slices of cheese underneath it.
Just rewind it back a bit to see what they said there was in there.
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy is a hearty breakfast dish that you'll find in restaurants and homes across the South. The soft, flaky biscuits are smothered in white gravy, which is made from pork sausage drippings, milk, and flour. The gravy is seasoned with black pepper and typically includes pieces of the breakfast sausage too, making it even more flavorful. The good news is that sausage gravy is easy to make at home, and there are plenty of different recipes available online. Failing that, you could pick up some of the ready mix packets at the grocery store, although you'll really want to try the homemade stuff at least once. As for the biscuits, if making them from scratch just isn't feasible, the Pillsbury ones you pop open and bake will work just fine. Just don't let a southerner catch you taking those shortcuts. Okay, so boiled peanuts sound kind of bland compared to roasted peanuts, but don't judge a book by its cover. These are actually really good. They're made by taking raw peanuts and boiling them for hours in salty water over a fire, until the shells turn soggy. These peanuts are then sold at roadside stands all over the South, where residents and tourists alike enjoy them, often with bottles of Coke or sweet tea. For what it's worth, it's usually best to munch on boiled peanuts outdoors, so you can easily spit out their soggy shells, because it's nearly impossible to crack them open with your hands.
Oh.
Of course, some people opt to eat these peanuts whole, shells and all, but that's one heck of an acquired taste.
Do you remember when
Boiled peanut.
we went to...
Eating the shell as well.
We were
Soggy shell.
We were going to Mexico, but we stopped in Texas, and we went in that restaurant where they give you a big bucket of peanuts, and you crack them open, eat the peanut, and then just throw the shell on the floor.
What?
So the floor was just covered in shells, and that's the keep
The way they do it.
Not fall over. It's not easy to fall over.
Like crunching it,
Yeah,
like
just
just the
like
crunching
crunching,
sound
just
as
like-
you.
Like you
Walking.
probably won't remember anyway, but you and Declan thought it was the coolest thing that you could just open these peanuts and then just chuck them on the floor. You were eating them dead fast like a novelty.
That's me, because over here,
Yeah.
like, you don't throw anything on the floor,
No.
do you? Oh, I love that. Right.
Okay.
For centuries, people have been
What's
making
he
use
called? I just went then, I love Robert De Niro,
Danny-
but it's not
Danny
Robert De
DeVito.
Niro, Danny DeVito, sorry.
Yeah.
of their stale bread by creating their own kinds of bread pudding. Often made with bread, cream, eggs, sugar, spices, and raisins, modern bread pudding is the heartiest of comfort foods, and should do wonders for warming you up on a cold and dreary day. So how do you make bread pudding even better? Just add bourbon. In the South, people often add a few dashes of bourbon to a number of different recipes, and bread pudding is one of them. The bourbon combines with the cream and sugar to create a thick, warm sauce that is drizzled over the warm bread pudding right before serving. Brunswick stew is a hearty, tomato-based stew that's hugely popular in the South. It typically features lima beans, corn, and other vegetables, along with some sort of meat. The base includes barbecue sauce and a little hot sauce for some heat too. Early versions of the stew use squirrel meat, but if you're not brave enough to keep it authentic, you can always substitute the squirrel with rabbit, chicken, or...
We almost ran over a squirrel yesterday in a taxi.
We did, yeah.
Taxi driver had to slam his brakes because a squirrel was like jogging across the road. But
Yeah,
Jesus
could
Christ.
have been four of us all dead just for a squirrel.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have made
We could have made
stew,
made a Brunswick
yeah.
stew.
Roadkill.
Squirrel meat though, that's vile, man.
That is, yeah. There's some. I can't even have rabbit.
no.
Chicken, yeah, I can have chicken.
Have you ever tried rabbit or
No,
like
no, I won't.
no?
I refused to. We went to a restaurant. I thought it was called over here. They do a thing. There's a restaurant where they do 6 courses, and it's based on a theme. So I thought that I was booking the chippy, which it was like scallops and it was like little fish and chips, and then there was some, I thought it was all fish like prawns and stuff like that. I actually booked the Alice in Wonderland, which was all rabbit. So I had to have the vegetarian option.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
But the carrot, I don't understand that because the character's a rabbit and they're eating the rabbit like the
No.
character.
I know. It was called Alice in Wonderland. It was all rabbit dishes.
Surprised they don't have like, because like they have like caterpillars and the caterpillar in it and the little
Yeah.
butterfly.
Yeah, no, they didn't have that.
God, how can you have 6 courses all based around rabbit?
I know.
That's grim.
or just about anything else. Virginians claim the stew originated in their Brunswick County, while Georgians will tell you it was first made in the city of Brunswick, Georgia. Wherever it came from, however, it's a truly delicious comfort food that'll easily take the chill out of a wintry day. Grab some cornbread, or a loaf of any crusty bread for that matter, to sop up all the southern goodness. Fried catfish is a simple dish that's available at most restaurants that serve fish in the South. And the good news is that catfish is pretty good for you, since it's high in omega-3 fatty acids and low in mercury. If you can't find it at a restaurant near you, however, your grocery store may offer farmed catfish, which is also typically clean and nutritious. Catfish is easy enough to prepare. Dip it in milk, dredge it in seasoned cornmeal, and fry it in hot oil. It only takes a few minutes to get it golden brown on the outside and beautifully flaky on the inside. Add a squirt of lemon and a side of rice, then start chowing down. Pure bliss. For a truly comforting meal, there's nothing like a bowl of chicken and dumplings. If you aren't in the South, where you can find them at most sit-down restaurants, you can try making these at home by dropping biscuit dough into cooking soup. And though they aren't difficult to make, dumplings are a kind of art form, and they can take some time to perfect. You don't want your dumplings undercooked and wet inside, but you also don't want them so overcooked that they start falling apart in the broth. Stick them with a toothpick, and if it comes out clean, you're good to go. Chicken fried steak, sometimes called country fried steak, is made from a tenderized cube steak which is battered like fried chicken, pan-fried and topped with white gravy. While you can find chicken fried steak in an array of southern states, it's most closely associated with Texas. And as with most things, it's always bigger in Texas too. In fact, at Lulu's Cafe in San Antonio, you can find a 21-ounce version of this dish. And it's not a coincidence that Lulu's is also home to the famous 3-pound cinnamon roll too. That's just how they roll down there, as it were. For your next Super Bowl party, why not forego the wings and serve up a batch of southern fried chicken gizzards instead? Believe it or not, your guests might thank you for it. Okay, so you probably don't want to think too much about what a gizzard is, but that'll be easy enough to do once you realize how good it tastes. You can cook gizzards in a number of ways, but it's best to boil them first and then coat them before deep frying.
What's a gizzard?
It's, I think, I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's the neck of the chicken. Or
That
turkey.
little like red thing that then goes down.
I think it's just the neck.
Should I
Have a
search it?
Yeah,
See what
Oh.
chicken gizzard is.
I think it's that bit.
Like the turkey.
Yeah,
Ooh.
The stomach of the chicken.
the stomach.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's the actual stomach.
Oh, so I was wrong.
I would have probably said it was more like that.
Yeah.
That the throat though.
I thought it was going to be their balls or something,
I knew on the balls.
Fair enough.
to be honest.
No.
The way she said it, I thought it was going to be a private part.
I don't know. How many chickens have you seen with balls that big?
I don't think I've ever seen a chicken's balls, that's why I'm just guessing.
Throw in a little hot sauce, and soon you won't be able to get enough of these tender little morsels. Chicken pot pie is an iconic Southern comfort food that, when done right, simply can't be beaten. And done right doesn't mean grabbing a pie from your grocer's freezer section. A flaky golden brown homemade crust is essential for this Southern specialty. Inside, the chicken needs to be moist and plentiful. The vegetables must be neither too firm nor too mushy, and the gravy creamy but not goopy. Is it a challenge to find a good chicken pot pie? Yes, but it really is worth it. And if you don't trust restaurants to get it right, you could always experiment with different recipes at home. It might take some time to perfect, but once you land on just the right method, you'll never want to cook anything else. Ambrosia didn't actually originate in the South, but you'll still find it at plenty of Southern potlucks. This variety of fruit salad typically contains mandarin oranges, mini marshmallows, pineapple chunks, and shredded coconut mixed with some sort of dairy ingredient. Some people use mayonnaise, while others use cream cheese, plain yogurt, or
Mayonnaise
whipped
with
cream.
pineapple.
You might also find some potluckers add in bananas, cherries, and nuts too. Because why the heck not, right? Think of it like
It's not even that, it's the fact she said like all cream cheese. Cream
Yeah.
cheese as well.
I'd
I-
rather cream cheese than
Yeah.
mayo.
Yeah, mayo.
Oh, that is...
The
So
marshmallows.
far, out of every single thing on this fit, I don't think I'm eating anything.
No. Southern food is not
I
for
don't
you.
really like food like that.
I have
but-
had
Yeah.
I have had that ambrosia salad before. I thought when I had it, I might be wrong, but I thought it was made with Cool Whip, which was like it was a cross between a cream and an ice cream. It was like frozen, and you put all your bits in.
Oh. Let's hope
a
so.
banana split without the ice cream. And then maybe throw in some ice cream anyway. If you live north of the Mason-Dixon line, you've probably never experienced chitlins before, and you are most definitely missing out. Chitlins are made from the large intestines of a hog, and they need to be carefully cleaned and prepared before cooking, for obvious reasons. Typically, the intestines are soaked in baking soda and water, rinsed several times, turned inside out, and cleaned by hand before being boiled for several hours. And just in case you're doing this at home, be warned. Chitlins smell truly disgusting while they are boiling, so put some onion and lemon in the water to tone down the odor. After they are boiled, batter and deep fry them. Then serve them up with a little hot sauce. Though Pennsylvania has its own version of chow chow, it's actually completely different from the southern variety. In the South, chow chow is a cabbage-based type of pickled relish that incorporates onions, peppers, tomatoes, and a whole lot of seasoning. This stuff is often used as a topping for hot dogs and hamburgers, but you could also use it to top your cornbread, fish cakes, beans, and even your mashed potatoes. In fact, you can put it on just about anything. It'll taste great no matter what. Collard greens are a leafy green vegetable, not completely unlike turnip or mustard greens, and are most often associated with soul food. They can be bitter and tough if not cooked properly. But if they're done right, then they'll make the perfect side dish to any southern meal. After washing them well, chop the leaves into inch-long pieces, then simmer them in water. People often throw a ham bone into the pot, along with garlic and onion for a little extra flavor. But one of the best additions to collard greens has got to be bacon. You can never go wrong with bacon. Red-eye gravy is made with the grease and drippings of pan-fried ham and black coffee. And yeah, okay, that might sound kinda gross, but this stuff really is amazing. The coffee is first used to deglaze the pan, but is then combined with the grease on a 1-to-1 ratio, resulting in a highly unusual yet genuinely delicious gravy. You can pour the simple gravy over your ham, potatoes, rice, or grits, but many folk choose to simply sop it up with biscuits. Crawfish, crayfish, crawdads, or mudbugs, whatever you call them in your neck of the woods, these freshwater crustaceans are some of the tastiest seafood out there. Of course, you can eat crawfish meat dipped in drawn butter, just like you would with lobster. But if you ever find yourself in the Cajun areas of Louisiana, do yourself a favor and seek out crawfish etouffee. This is when crawfish meat in a spicy roux is poured over rice for an amazing dish with a seriously deep flavor. As simple as it sounds, you don't want to make chicken and waffles at home. Instead, hop on over to one of the South's many awesome waffle establishments or diners, the places that really get it right. If you haven't experienced chicken and waffles before, it might seem like an unusual combination, but
Have you ever had it?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I'm not a big waffle fan.
Because when I tell you that, it was like, it doesn't sound like the best combination, but it goes so well together.
It does, yeah.
Like syrup goes so well on chicken.
Yeah, it does.
I can kind of imagine that, to be fair, because chicken can be quite dry at times.
Yeah.
I like
Honest to
the sweetness
God.
with the saltiness.
But when you think about
So
it,
good.
when you have like a chili chicken, that's like chilies and it's like a sweet sauce, isn't it? Like a sweet Thai sweet chili. So.
That's
I'm glad that came up. That's the only thing I'm eating, 100%.
really does work. Crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside, perfectly seasoned fried chicken makes a heavenly partner for a plate of buttery waffles. This is also an incredibly versatile dish and should work great for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or late night snack. Fried green tomatoes is a simple southern side dish that packs a big punch. The key when making fried green tomatoes is to avoid them turning into a soft, soggy mess. Check your unripened tomatoes are suitably firm, then cut them into 3/8.
There's such thing as green tomatoes?
Well, the green before they go red.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You not
Never
know
knew
Like
that?
that.
strawberries, they're green,
Yeah,
aren't they?
yeah.
Before they...
Yeah, so you wait for them to go to red.
That just looks weird. That looks too big to be green still.
It just maybe it's like a beef tomato.
Yeah, it's like a big
Hang on.
beef
to a
tomato.
soft, soggy mess. Check your unripened
Like that just looks like a green full-on tomato.
Yeah, but you see how hard it was to cut because
Yeah.
it's not ripe yet. And so obviously if you got a red tomato and fried it, it would just go like mushy, so it has to be hard. And there was a movie, I don't know if you've seen the movie, there was a movie called Fried Green Tomatoes. Or Tomatoes.
Tomato.
tomatoes are suitably firm, then cut them into 3/8 to half-inch slices, and
You
soak
can
them
kinda
for
see
an
the red
hour in a
coming
mixture
through,
of
couldn't you?
buttermilk and hot sauce. Dredge the tomatoes in a combination of cornmeal and cornstarch, then fry them in bacon grease over medium-high heat until they're crispy on the outside. But be careful not to overcook them. You can dip them in just about anything, but a remoulade with mayo, hot sauce, horseradish, and Cajun spices would be the ultimate authentic accompaniment.
I miss the smell of coffee and bacon frying. Oh,
That's the movie I was talking about.
Is it?
what I wouldn't give for a plate of fried green tomatoes.
If you're looking for something a little out of the ordinary to fill you up, consider jambalaya. A favorite in Louisiana, jambalaya is a mix of sausage, chicken, seafood, and vegetables, cooked in the same pot with rice and stock. Creole jambalaya contains tomatoes, while the Cajun version does not. Both, of course, are extremely tasty.
Jambalaya.
In Cajun jambalaya, in rural Louisiana, you might also find a variety of game meats used, as well as alligator, crayfish, and even turtle. All Southerners know that everything's better when you fry.
That seemed a bit similar to paella.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it similar to that?
It's very similar. It's just a different taste with paella. It's more of a tomatoey, paprika taste.
It's a bit spicy, yeah.
Jambalaya is a little bit spicy, like.
No, but my paella is quite spicy, no?
Yeah, it can be, but it's different herbs. It's more like Cajun.
I reckon I'd like that though.
You would like it.
Just look nice.
I'll make one.
Oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
Fry it, and okra is no exception. To make these golden nuggets of veggie goodness for yourself, slice your okra, dip it in buttermilk, and then coat it in cornmeal and season before deep frying. The best thing here is that okra is seriously good for you, since it's low in calories and contains a great deal of fiber, potassium, calcium, and vitamins.
Of course.
The hot brown sandwich originated...
Hot brown sandwich.
So, have you ever had... We call it okra. Have you ever had okra?
No.
It's so nice.
Anything green, I'm just like, no.
We call it... They're also called lady fingers as well. But the first time I tried them was when Lisa cooked it for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she used to eat them. And she said, have you ever tried? And I said, what is that? Because I've never even seen it before. It's like a long green vegetable. And when you cut into it, it's like a little bit sticky inside. It's got like a seeping bit that comes out. But she introduced me to it, and then I had it in Thai curry, so with aubergine, eggplant, and other vegetables in a Thai green curry. It was really good.
Interesting.
Yes.
at the restaurant in the Brown Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky in the 1920s, and it's still served there today. The hot brown is traditionally an open-faced turkey sandwich with tomatoes covered in Mornay sauce, which is baked, topped with bacon, and then broiled. Some people say it was originally created with peaches rather than tomatoes. Others swear it's a great hangover cure. Pretty much everyone agrees, however, that it's a genuine, bona fide, once-in-a-lifetime sandwich. If you've ever eaten at Long John Silver's, you've probably had their
Can you even class that as a sandwich?
Why? It's got bread, and it's got bacon, and it's got sauce on it.
But a sandwich is like two pieces of bread, closed with enclosing...
They're called open sandwiches.
Oh.
Yeah, just round it back a bit as well.
Whereas we just call it like on toast. To me, that looked like cheese on toast.
Yeah,
cheese and
yeah,
bacon
exactly.
on toast.
Everyone agrees, however, that it's a genuine, bona fide, once-in-a-lifetime sandwich. If you've ever eaten at Long John Silver's, you've probably had their hush puppies. But the ones you can get at a southern restaurant or fish fry are a heck of a lot better than the Long John variety. Hush puppies are basically balls of fried cornmeal batter that are often served alongside fried fish or shrimp. Though hush puppies aren't exactly complex, they're kind of like potato chips, in that it's virtually impossible to eat just one. Southern pecan pie made with a splash of high-quality bourbon is hard to beat. If you don't have a restaurant in your area that makes a killer pecan pie though, it's not too difficult to make at home. However, you'll want to experiment with the amounts of corn syrup, brown sugar, and bourbon you're using until you find just the right combination. And sure, you might end up having to bake a load of pies to get it right, but who's gonna complain about that? If you aren't from the South, then there's a chance you aren't too familiar with pimento cheese. Basically, pimento cheese is a mixture of cheese mixed with mayo and pimento peppers. It can be spread on crackers, stuffed into celery, and scooped onto chips. Some people add it to scrambled eggs or grits, while others use it as a relish for brats, burgers, and hot dogs. In Louisiana, they spice it up by adding hot sauce or cayenne pepper into the mix. But the possibilities for pimento cheese are endless, and once you start incorporating it into your recipes, you're never going to want to stop. Pot liquor is the liquid that's left behind after you boil green vegetables. So what do you do with it other than pour it down the sink? Well, some people save pot liquor and use it in place of stock in their next stew or soup, while others pour it over rice or potatoes. But the best thing to do with pot liquor is drink it. It might seem a little odd, but that way you can reap all the nutrients that have boiled out of the greens. Red beans and rice is a staple dish in Louisiana Creole cuisine. Traditionally, families took the ham hocks, bones, vegetables, and beans that were left over from Sunday dinner and used them to create a scrumptious dish of spicy beans that were served with rice the next day. Cayenne pepper, Tabasco sauce, and other seasonings can turn up the heat on this hearty meal, while some people like to add in sausage or other meats. Here's a tip though: if you boil bones to make a broth for the base, you'll get exactly the flavor you want without having to add anything else. Gumbo is sometimes confused with jambalaya, but it's not the same thing at all. The key difference is that with jambalaya, the rice is cooked with the rest of the ingredients. With gumbo, however, the rice is cooked separately. Gumbo is a stew created with a strong, robust stock, sausage, shrimp, other shellfish, and the holy trinity of vegetables: bell peppers, celery, and onions. The most important aspect of home cooking a great gumbo is perfecting the roux that's used as its base. Or you could just head down to New Orleans and get someone to make it for you. Your call.
Where's my mac and cheese?
Everyone knows that real macaroni and cheese doesn't come out of a box, nor does it come with a packet of powdered cheese.
What?
Real good old-fashioned Southern mac and cheese is a completely separate dish altogether. It's often created with the combination of cheeses, and you can use anything from smoked cheddar and Monterey Jack to Gruyere and Velveeta. Southern recipes usually feature heavy whipping cream, evaporated milk, or both, and the dish is baked in the oven until the sauce is creamy and the top is crispy. No matter how much you love macaroni,
I think that's a kid's favourite meal.
Mac and cheese.
I think if you ask like 107-year-olds, what's your favourite thing to eat? I reckon like at least 30% will say mac and cheese.
Yeah, they always have on a kids menu, don't they?
Yeah.
They have like a burger.
It's a very kids meal.
Yeah.
Burger, chicken nuggets,
I'm not-
pizza roll.
I'm
Mac
not a
and
fan
cheese.
of macaroni.
Macaroni and cheese.
I like if I was to make a pasta dish,
Mm.
I would do like onions, bacon, mushrooms,
Yeah.
and
You've ruined it.
and saute that up,
Mm.
and then boil pasta, and then make a cheese sauce, and then add the bacon and the mushrooms and the onions and garlic and everything into that.
Bit like a carbonara.
Yeah, but I would have like the bow tie pasta or rigatoni.
Yeah.
My favourite's probably penne.
Yeah, penne is alright as well, but rigatoni is just a bigger version of penne.
I like macaroni. I like them when they're small.
Do you know what the best rigatoni is? It's rigatoni alla vodka. It's like a tomato-based creamy sauce with vodka in. Absolutely delicious.
Love a bit of vodka. Why
We
not?
do.
Macaroni and cheese, you've never really tried it until you've had it in the South. You might have seen sweet potato casserole at Thanksgiving dinner and passed it by, but it's time to stop sleeping on this delicious dish. Though some folks love it topped with charred marshmallows, others prefer a topping made with brown sugar and pecans. Give it a go, and you'll soon realize that this often overlooked Thanksgiving side dish deserves a place on your dinner table all through the year.
Yeah, it is good.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more MASH videos about your favorite foods are coming.
I didn't realise how much like they love pecans.
Yeah,
Because I've never even heard of what that is until I started reacting to foods in America.
yeah. A lot of the desserts were like, especially around Thanksgiving, were pumpkin pie, pecan pie, apple pie, a lot of pie.
It's a lot of fruit pie.
Yeah, yeah.
Something I don't like fruit pies.
Cranberry
Yeah.
pie, is that a thing?
No.
What's like the red one? Isn't that like a popular cranberry pie or something?
Do you know what's really good? Apple and rhubarb crumble. I like
Ugh.
that. Yeah, they had like I think it was like boysenberry and stuff.
Yeah.
That was a lot of the syrups, wasn't it, for pancakes?
Blueberry pie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Blueberry.
I'm not a fan of like
A
if
lot
I
of
was to
them.
have like an apple crumble, I'm just eating the crumble and the custard and just leaving the apple.
I do that because I like the sauce.
I like the crumble. I like
The other apple sauce that
Yeah.
it makes. I love that, but I'll always leave the apples.
yeah.
Really?
The,
Even though I
the
love
texture
apples.
for me,
Yeah, it's when it's heated up, the apples taste different.
and it's when you're eating like crumble and then you're eating a hot apple and it's like you're biting like the way you bite into it's just not for me. If I'm eating an apple, it has to be cold
Same. Like
and
tomato.
on its own or with peanut butter.
So then try cold apple crumble with custard.
See, I couldn't do that.
But then
Cold
but then the custard has to be warm.
No,
Yeah.
with ice cream.
Nah, it has to be
Oh.
custard.
Yes, I don't like custard. You see, like I don't like trifles.
No.
I don't like jelly, and I don't really like the fruit. And then custard, I don't like.
By jelly you mean
Jello.
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 Yeah, because people might have been
Jelly,
confused saying you
Jello.
don't like jam, strawberry jam.
Yeah. No, it's to make it. It's sponge fingers at the bottom,
Yeah, sponge.
and then you pour your fruit over, and then you pour
Yeah.
your jelly, and then put
And then
that in
it's-
the fridge to set.
Mm.
And you make.
Is
your
that what Dad
custard.
loves?
He loves.
I was
the
going to say he loves trifle, doesn't
He
it?
does.
Yeah. Then you put your
I
custard
love
on. You
trifle.
make your custard, and then when it goes cold, you pour that on, and then put that in to set for a little bit, and then you make your fresh whipped cream and put that on the top, and then sprinkle
Put some
some
little...
chocolate flake or something, or hundreds
Love
and
it.
thousands.
Yeah,
Not for me.
Making me
hopefully,
hungry.
hopefully everyone enjoyed the video and
Yes.
also Gaynor's cooking tips.
Yes.
Please like and subscribe for us, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.
Bye.